Yeah, this is the first time anyone's done it in 79 days.
True.
This is insane. And it's like he is a force of nature. That's what I look at. He willed himself to do this. He turns 40 in 3 days. I think that was one of his goals, to get back on the field and do this before that. My raw reaction is like, is there a chance? I don't think it's wise. Is there a chance? Who am I? This guy is so steadfast on being out there. And I'm reading everything in the New York Post. Steve Serby was there on the field. Serby's like, it's not just that he looks good doing it. Now, granted, there was no contact, but he looked good throwing the ball. I don't know if he's going to take a snap in a game. That was an accomplishment.
What would be the hindrance? Just he's not ready, or he's not allowed? Like, how do you think it'll go down?
He went on McAfee and he's like, well, it also matters about the team. Once you say that, it gives you
an out.
It gives you an out. And I think it's absolutely unwise for him to go on. What he's doing now is enough. Like, I'm amazed. He has done it. Yeah. I'm scared he goes out there with that offensive line, which is one of the worst offensive lines you'll ever see in an NFL football game. And he goes out there. Sorry, Jason. You're laughing, saying "ooh-wee." I know.
Ooh-wee, like that would hurt.
I would like him to come out there with his full
faculties.
Yes, and like a full offensive line, and the guys that he thought he was going to be starting with, and starters at every position.
Yeah, and you can bring it back to Bakhtiari and Lindsley, and just bring everybody. Devontae's out there, just bring everybody in.
I don't think it's wise. It's never been done before, so maybe he does it to do it, and he says, "I am the guy, and I'm the one." And he and Elatrash have done it, and they've solved it, and they have figured it out, and it is going to set a path for everyone else, and maybe no one else can do it after him.
Yeah.
I guess I'm protective of like Rodgers' health in this one. I want to see Rodgers be full and be ready to go and be 100% and be protected with a real offensive line and all the stuff. I don't want to see that in like November or December 24th against the Commanders and him just getting absolute in a nonsense game. Because then if he gets hurt, then we're doing this again and there's another rehab story. And I'd love to see him just full strength. This was a freak injury 4 days into the season, 4 passes into the season. I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I being pessimistic?
No, your point is you're saying he's done it. You did it.
I think
you're back out there. Mission accomplished. You proved everyone.
Cover the New York Post. Yeah. He's there.
Yeah, he's Superman. He made it. Yes.
Does it matter if he does it with an actual NFL defensive line breathing down him? I don't know. He's making plays.
No.
I don't think he's done it. I think he's going to play. I do. And I think he is a wild, maybe unhealthy obsession with it. When he got hurt right after that Bills game week 1, I reached out to him. And I don't think he'd mind me disclosing this. And I just said, I'm so sorry, man. It's really disappointing. Like, feel for you. Whatever. Generic. And he replied, and I expected it to be, I'm very disappointed, tough sport, but I'll come through this stronger. His response was fascinating to me. This is just 2 days after it happened. His response was, thanks. I'm going to have a crazy rehab and be back super quick.
Yes!
And I was like,
how many days after?
What is he talking about? This is a couple days after. I'm like, what is he talking about? He's done for the season. Like, it's an Achilles tear. Like, we'll see you next spring. So that struck me at the time. This is in September, guys.
No one had ever even considered.
No, I'm like, it seems like science fiction that you would ever come back. I think when he was on the cart leaving the field, he was like, I'm going to play this year. I'm deciding now. And every doctor and every trainer and everyone maybe then, and maybe still is saying, what are you doing? Well, he's out there throwing, and we got Jets beat reporters saying he looks like Rodgers. We've talked for years and years and years. Now, so much of the conversation about Rodgers is, my God, he's so good. When is he going to get back to another Super Bowl? When is he going to get back to another Super Bowl? I think this is his second Super Bowl. I think this means everything to him. I think this is part of his legacy. And healthy, unhealthy, drunk, whatever it may be on this, I think it is every fiber of his being says, I don't care. I want to play a game. And I used to think, I was out here with you guys talking about a month ago being like, there has to be something left of the Jets. They have to have a pulse, or what's the point? I'm at the point where I think the 5-9 Jets going against Commanders, he's still going to play. Now, the only thing that can stop him is if there's someone with some chutzpah and some spine with the Jets who says, no, you're not. I don't care. We're all in for next year now. They're the only ones. Ownership, doctors, whoever. I think that he's going to run through that. Because honestly, like maybe this is a little insensitive. If he does get hurt again, well, then he's got 9 months.
Got 8 months to go.
He did it in 3 months.
You're right.
So, wow, you aggravated it, or God forbid, you hurt the other one, which is a huge risk with Achilles. Well, 9 months, that's easy. I just did this in 20 minutes. I think it's insane, but I think he decided 3 months ago he was going to play, and I've changed now. I don't think they have to be in the playoff hunt. I think they could go 1-3 over the next couple weeks, 1-2. I still think he's out there, and I think it's insane, but I think Aaron Rodgers is a little insane.
Yeah.
And I think in a good way. I think he's going to play. I do.
Truly remarkable. I think last week I was like, he comes back, but I was like, I don't think he plays. And I was like, all right, he's standing out there, he's throwing the ball, but to see him out there at practice, get a snap, do a zone read, drop back, and throw the ball. Todd Downing, the quarterback coach, he has this big smile in slow motion as he's watching, and Boyle standing there. It is just truly remarkable. But I'm more with you, Shreks. I think what he's doing right now, you're saying Super Bowl, like, to me, this is the Super Bowl. Him being able to be back a 21-day, and he's back that period of time where they can evaluate him. To me, Aaron Rodgers being able to go out there, if, say, 2 weeks from now, it says he was a full participant in practice. That means he was in there, he took snaps, he threw the ball, there was an offensive line, a defensive line, defenders out there. To me, that's a controlled environment in which Robert Saleh and the Jets, they can control. He has a red jersey on, nobody's hitting him, he doesn't have to fight pressure. To me, that is huge because now going into next year, we've watched him do it. He's gotten reps with the receivers. He's throwing to Garrett Wilson, a guy he's going to have out there. I don't think if the Jets continue to play, they've lost 4 straight. The most points they've scored is 13 points throughout that, and that included a pick 6. I don't know that they're going to win enough games for him to say, all right, I'm going to come back, because game action in practice, totally different.
Sure.
Why risk that? To your point, you're saying, all right, injury has more time, but I just don't see it. The crazy thing to me with all of this is we've watched Rodgers come back extremely quick. We've seen Kirk Cousins tear his Achilles. We watched Jalen Phillips in the game against the New York Jets tear his Achilles. Neither one of them went with the same surgery that he went with.
Yeah.
Options.
Chose different options. And I don't know the ins and outs or any of that stuff, but that's kind of crazy to me. We're seeing how fast he came back. But even guys aren't continuing to follow suit, where usually you see it's a copycat league. You just do what the next guy did because you're like, wow, look at him.
Younger guys, too.
Younger guys, so maybe you're looking at it, well, like, I'm not in a rush. I want to make sure I put. But it's very interesting. Kirk Cousins is not that much younger, but true.
Do you think there's some pride as an ex-player yourself and having recovered from injuries? Do you think there is something where that's the toughest, baddest dude on the block that he did that? Like, well, is he forever goated if he comes back and plays in a game? Like, that's the toughest guy I've ever seen play because he came back from this thing.
I don't know. I use that verbiage, but you look at it and you're sitting there, you're just like, you want to know how, because to your point, you're looking at it, you've been in the locker room, you've seen guys tear your Achilles, you're just like, it's not possible. To your point, the text message is just like, dude, like, we come back next year. Like, we can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
You sit there and you will forever talk about that. Somebody tears their Achilles, as soon as they go down, no matter what the sport is, someone's going to bring up Aaron Rodgers.
What I've respected and appreciated so much about the Aaron Rodgers New York Jets experience for the last 7 months of our lives has been his amazing dedication to the organization and his teammates and the brand. Like, he's out there in New York City, he's going to shows, he's with his teammates, he's all over Instagram, stories, and Zach Wilson this. And I wonder if part of this also has to do with, if you wait and you don't play this season, that is a very long time, perhaps mentally uncomfortably long time, to wait January to September for him to play again with this group of guys. Part of me thinks he wants to get out there with this group, with this team, to say, I was never just here for a one and done. I was always here for the 2-year campaign. I want to show you once again how committed I am to this situation, because I truly believe in the Garrett Wilsons of the world. I truly believe in whoever else he wants to bring to town next season. That if he waits that long, I just wonder how mental it is. He just wants to get it done with, to be like, yes, I did it. Might not have been pretty. Maybe he wasn't 100.1%, but he got it done. Because that is an awfully long wait.
It is a long wait. And he, to your point, he's been there for everything. He's on the field. He's not just setting up shop in Malibu and be back in a few months.
Totally.
I think, listen, what's one of the first things that always comes up when you talk about an all-time great player like Terrell Owens? Always.
Toughness.
Played in the Super Bowl on a broken leg. Like, that comes up in the first 30 seconds.
Terrell Davis.
Yeah, Terrell Davis, all that. Like, there are 40-some quarterbacks who have won a Super Bowl. That's fine. That's great. There's no one who's ever done this. And I think it is a trophy and a piece of prestige and a piece of screw you that I think he covets. And I think we're going to see him on the field.
I also think, and it's, Jason, to what you're saying, it's similar, that I think he feels this responsibility and after all this team going all in on him and the support and getting his guys. I think there might be a piece of that too, where I'm not trying to get into Aaron Rodgers' head, but he's like, I owe it to these guys to try my best to get back on that field because they've given everything for me. And I think watching this version of the Jets, and I was very dismissive of the offensive line, but I think watching this and seeing Zach struggle and seeing Boyle just I think there's a part of him where he's like, it wasn't meant for those guys. It was meant for me. Like, I can handle this. That's tough with those guys in that spot.
Yeah, we talk about teams that streak at the end of a season and then they start a certain way. Like, this might be a part of his messaging towards 2024 in general. It's awesome conversation.
Beat the Falcons this weekend. That would help a little bit.
Yeah.
You're at home against the Falcons.
Go.
Can you win a game?